And here it is. And here it is. Here indeed it is. Roll up, everybody gather, come and join. One man went to mow. Here it is. I am here. Where are you? The session commences that afternoon slot that is usually condensed into about 2 hours or so. But nevertheless, let's spend however much of it you can spare. That Oyo guy again that talks in that peculiar way. Come be peculiar with me. Let's be peculiar together. And why not? Do you want to be normal or do you want to be ordinary? Or do you want to be extraordinary? Or do you want to be like me, peculiar? So let's be peculiar together. That Oyo guy. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Water, only water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Water. Water, 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 water.
Only water. Where they see ma.
Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù lódò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ọ̀dù o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odú ìyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ọ̀dù o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odú ìyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petro Sodana ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petro Sodunke ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is. Iku koniwa riwa gbeshe, the potency that is the Kegite. So Iku koni riwa gbeshe, as guys I bring you this. We have one deceased immediately from malicious publications. DOWEN College tells Nigerians. So that's gloating, of course. You know what that is in reference to. We covered this somewhat yesterday in our sessions where the autopsy report came in regarding this young Sylvester boy that died at that college. And the autopsy report essentially exonerated the school from any culpability. So there it is. So rather than be gracious to that space, a life lost, a 12-year-old boy, but then of course the lack of elegance that is essentially Nigerian, and this peculiarity now to a very expensive school. So rather than take to grace, they take to gloating. So the gloat, we have one deceased immediately from malicious publications. DOWEN College wants Nigerians. So quite what is in play there, we'll find out in the soonest of. So in the soonest stuff, and it looks as though we're finding out this, what we essentially knew was always going to be the case. 2023, PDP settles for Northern Presidency. Babangida Aliyu, the former governor of Niger State, speaking to that space. So we always suspected that the thrust of the PDP space was essentially an Atiku candidacy. So it looks as though now the decision has now been made to firm up that space, and that signal was essentially sent when they appointed a southerner as the chairman of the party, or yes, as the chairman of the party. So that signals then to an intention to cede or concede the presidential slot to the north. And it looks as though that concession has now been cemented. 2023, PDP settles for Northern Presidency. Babangida Aliyu makes the announcement. So Babangida Aliyu makes the announcement, but this now an announcement that we are wanting to be made, yay or nay. 2023, spokesperson opens up on Goodluck Jonathan's presidential ambition, defection to APC. So will he, won't he, a story that has just been recurring within the space, just taking up headlines unnecessarily, and not unnecessarily because of whatever, but for the reasons that is neither here nor there. So categorically weigh in one space, then we know what your quantity is, what we're contending is with regards to you. Good Lord Jonathan we're speaking about. So will he, won't he? So now hopefully this sheds a final light on this. 2023, spokesperson opens up on Jonathan's presidential ambition, defection to APC. So we find out shortly, hopefully, and we land on this. Northern Governor State position on declaration of bandits as terrorists and Super Tucano deployment. So the heavyweight of all of it now in the north now, their waywardness been essentially taken on frontally by the Nigerian state. But how are they positioned? You know, obviously, these people, they always circle wagon round clan. So are they circle wagoning round clan this time around? Well, we find out just in the fullness of. But before we find out anything, of course, we come in now via what is now tradition, the Eastern Quarters, and of course, another Python dance.
Do I pop? O Mary, o Nindizu, o Niloya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unapuri Mary Nandi, Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi, Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Na Python that's the three. Unapuri Mary Nandi. Nandi bu onye du aimo. O Mary wo Nindizu Ndiro ya. Abakare Mamanda Ora. Unapuri Mary Nandi. Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi. Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi. Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi. Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi. Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nandi.
And there you heard it, right there, the ugly rumor. Nandi win the war. Baba, Bonnie Bonnie identity. Nandi win the war. Baba, Bonnie Bonnie identity. So Bonnie identity, as guys, I bring you this. We have one desist immediately from malicious publication. DOWEN College tells Nigerians. The management of DOWEN College, Lagos, has warned Nigerians to desist from spreading false information about the death of 12-year-old student Sylvester Oromoni, saying, "Our truth has won." This is contained in a statement by the school on Friday, days after Lagos State government exonerated its students and staff from culpability in the death of their former students. Dowen College said it was time Nigerians allowed the soul of the 12-year-old Sylvester to rest peacefully. We respectfully request that all those who have constantly, misguidedly, and maliciously pushed false information should cease and desist immediately and allow our dear Sylvester's soul to rest peacefully in our Lord's arms, Darwin College said. There have been controversies surrounding the death of the late student who alleged that he was tortured by other students who had forced him to join a secret cult group within the school premises. On Wednesday, the Director of Public Prosecution DPP of the Lagos State Ministry of Justice asserted that there was no sufficient evidence to establish that the arrested students were members of unlawful society. But Dawan College said that we do not know under what circumstances the accused names were mentioned, adding that it had no response to that. It insisted that the school was only aware that young Sylvester sustained injuries whilst playing football, claiming two of the boys mentioned are day students with no connections to the hostel. A third boy mentioned was a regular weekly boarder who went home each weekend for home tutoring. He was not in the hostels over the weekend. Sylvester did not leave with any visible body injuries from the school, contrary to what was showcased on social media, it said, insisting that no issue was raised about his health until 7 days after he was collected from school. A follow up call to the family whilst he was at home revealed that his leg was being massaged, nothing else. Stating that Durham College had been dragged through the mud, the money, stating that Darwin College had been dragged through the mud, the management said, "Today the truth wins, our faith wins, and our integrity wins." The management stressed that the autopsy report, which is the product of the work of 7 of the leading pathologists in Nigeria, including one representing the OROMONI family from Delta State, has shown that Sylvester had several chronic pre-existing health conditions. These health conditions cannot be fabricated or doctored. If there were contributory injuries from any bodily harm, they would have been presented and stated. Meanwhile, persons believed to be members of the Ijaw Youth Council on Thursday stormed the premises of Darwin College to protest the recent release of suspects detained over the death of young Oromoni. A video of final moments of late Ororomi was obtained by correspondents indicated that he died of no natural causes, as it indicated he was badly beaten, to which the doctor attested to internal injuries. So the controversy around that space is still continues. It quite befuddles because there's an insistence that this boy was tortured, but then the science is telling us that he was not. So the guy says to his parents that he was poisoned, but the science tells us that he was not. And now this news piece now telling us that they have video evidence of the guy being there's visible evidence of bruises on the guy's body to indicate some form of torture. But again, the evidence tells us that he was not. So where do you go with this one? Is essentially uh where do you go with this one? Is essentially where the real problem is, because I'm just trying to see if I can find that video as I continue to just speak to the matter, but it doesn't look as though the video is linked, especially. Uh, Oh, okay. So it's saying they cannot provide it because it's linked to a minor. So, so there it is. It's just a space that continues to open, but the gloating of that school, especially in poor taste, that much we can't say in poor taste. They have been exonerated. So rather than them take to the public space to announce their exoneration, they should have taken to the public space to sympathize with the family, to pray for that child, and not at all mention their exoneration. Because categorically, they've already stated that they're not culpable, and that should be sufficient enough. So poor judgment, poor form from that. If I was a parent with a student in that school, I would have withdrawn him off the back of that incident, but certainly off the back of now this commentary. So that tells you then that they're not fit and proper. So not fit and proper. That's my assessment. Let me see what else we have on that space. Let me just see. Okay, let's take this. Darwin College police warns against protest for young Sylvester. The Lagos State Police Command has asked members of the public aggrieved by the outcome of investigations on the death of late Darwin College student Sylvester OROMONI Jr. to seek redress in court, adding that it would not tolerate protest over the matter. Much as we commensurate with the bereaved family on the death of their lovely and promising child, it is advised that protesters and other individuals and groups who are still aggrieved should go to the law court to seek redress instead of taking the law into their own hands, Lagos State Police Commissioner Hakeem Odumosu said. Speaking to journalists during the press conference on Friday, Mr. Odumosu said the police will not fold their arms and allow any act or omission that could threaten the peace being enjoyed in the state, Mr. Odumosu threatened, refuting the claims that the late Sylvester Oromoni Jr. Was injured in a football competition. The police chief said, two people can play a football game, three people can play, even one person can play football game. But when it comes to competition, we must have others. But there was no competition, and the school said there was. I don't know what that means. Mr. Odumosu further stated that several agencies of government are carrying out investigations to unravel the circumstances relating to the death of the late student. We only investigate criminal aspect. Doctors investigate the medical aspect. The Ministry of Education now investigated that other administrative aspects of the school. That was why the school was shut down and is still being shut down by the Ministry of Education. We don't have the authority to do that, Mr. Odumosu added. Despite contradictions in the statement of the school and the investigation of the police, the Department of Public Prosecution of Lagos State Ministry of Justice has cleared accused students and the school of allegations of murder and negligence, an action that has generated several controversies on the sincerity of the investigation. So, Terry, it will never end. So, because there was also one headline that I saw, but I wasn't able to just find before I started this broadcast. It was essentially the father of the child said that he would not bury that child even if for 30 years until he feels justice has been served. So it's a space, the controversy has not even begun, never mind it coming to an end with the autopsy. Buhari should not give more interviews. One of the self care, let me see. No, I'm not going to read this because it's just some long winded nonsense. So let me go from that long winded nonsense to something that coheres more. 2023, PDP settles for Northern Presidency Babangida Aliyu. A former governor of Niger State, Dr. Babangida Aliyu, has disclosed that the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has agreed to rezone the presidency to the north. Aliyu, who disclosed this whilst receiving the Article Support Organization on a visit, noted that despite the earlier position of the party that any candidate could contest the election, the party had eventually rezoned the presidency to the north. The PDP had recently zoned the position of its national chairman to the north central, leading to the emergence of former president of the Senate, Dr. Oyi Ayu, as the party's national chairman last October. However, following conventional practices and with regard to the PDP constitution's support for zoning, the emergence of Ayu, who is from the north, as national chairman would mean the emergence of a southern candidate for the 2023 presidency. But the party has remained mum on which of the zones will produce its presidential candidate for the 2023 general elections. Correspondents recall that Aliyu, an ardent advocate of power rotation between southern and northern Nigeria, had in a statement last year said the northern governors would work against former President Goodluck Jonathan in 2015 for not abiding by the zoning agreement. Although countered by his colleagues, although countered by his colleagues, that position was not true. Aliyu on Friday, although countered by his colleagues that the position was not true, Aliyu on Friday disclosed that the North will produce the next presidential candidate of PDP, narrowing down to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Former Governor Aliyu told the members of Atiku Support Organization during the visit that he was confident of the success of the team, even as he pledged his support. In our zoning agreement, we have agreed to rezone it to the north as requested by others, but we have agreed written and openly as a result of what happened that any candidate from any part of the country can now contest this election. He urged the group to extend their visit to all parts of the country to ensure that the former vice president emerges the flag bearer of the party and is elected president of Nigeria 2023. Earlier, the national coordinator of the group, Dr. Victor Moses, said they were in Niger State to brief Aliyu on their activities. Whilst lauding him for the support thus far, he expressed the confidence that from their consultations, Atiku Abubakar would surely emerge as the party's candidate. He said they were ready for any form of primary that will be adopted by the party for Atiku's success. So there you have it. And you cannot really see beyond Atiku Abubakar within the PDP because they don't have anybody else of sufficient enough of a weight to carry a presidential ticket outside of Atiku Abubakar. So it's just really a single candidate party, essentially what the PDP is. There's just no talent in the party. That's just it. The other talent in the party, of course, we come to him now. 2023, spokesperson opens up on Jonathan's presidential ambition, defection to APC. So Goodluck Jonathan, we're going to now. The spokesperson for former President Goodluck Jonathan, Ikechukwu Eze, has debunked rumors that his principal is putting structures in place to contest the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. So that's debunked. So that's a no then, but let's see how this is expanded on. He also ruled out the possibility of Jonathan defecting to the All Progressive Congress APC in order to emerge as the party's presidential candidate for the 2023 elections. The media aide went further to explain that the recent meetings between his boss and President Buhari have no political implication linked with the 2023 presidency or a planned defection to the APC. Eze made the series of denials as rumors continue to gather and spread about Jonathan's alleged ambition to succeed Buhari in 2023 amidst clamors for a southern president. Correspondents recall only recently a poster emerged online further fueling speculations that former President Goodluck Jonathan is interested in contesting the 2023 presidency. The post cited by correspondents was tagged JEJ is coming back. GEJ is coming back. And according to details on it, the poster is sponsored by a group identified as the National Agenda for Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. The campaign poster has a picture of Jonathan and signs off with a slogan that says Coalition for a Better Nigeria 2023. But when contacted on the issues, Jonathan's spokesperson Eze, who was initially reluctant to speak on the rumors, as he said they have become recurring questions, said there is no truth to the speculations. He submitted that Jonathan met Buhari on Thursday to brief the president in his capacity as the special envoy of the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS on political developments in Mali. The media aide also denied a meeting between Jonathan and some political campaign coordinators targeted at working out moves for his 2023 presidential ambition. Everything they are saying is speculation. He was quoted as saying, he added, defection issue and presidential ambition are all rumors. It has no foundation. We do not want to be reacting to such things again. We have issued statements on this before. Former President Jonathan went to the villa to brief the president on the forthcoming ECOWAS meeting in Ghana. The meeting will discuss the political happenings in Mali. As a special envoy, he was at the presidential villa to brief President Buhari. There are issues in Mali, and at the forthcoming meeting, ECOWAS leaders are to look at the transition timetable proposed by the Malian leaders and take a position on it. It is also at this meeting that a decision would be taken on whether to sanction the Malian military ruler or not. This is the issue that took Oga Jonathan to the villa. So there you have it. I'm not quite sure how strong enough of a denial that was to be considered a categorical denial. So that's a qualified denial by my reckoning. That wasn't categorically enough of a denial because that denial, it leaves you wiggle room. So that denial essentially tells you that he did not go to the villa to discuss party politics. But that is not to state categorically that it does not have that ambition. So that's a qualified denial. Northern Governor's state position on declaration of bandits as terrorists, Super Tucano deployment. So we land on this one being the final story now, the final talking point. The 19 northern governors say the declaration of bandits as terrorists is a good development. So they are for it. So the 19 northern governors say the declaration of bandits as terrorists is a good development. They also hailed the federal government for approving the deployment of super tucanos against the outlaws. Chairman and Plateau Governor Samuel Lalong spoke with State House correspondents after a meeting with President Mohamed Buhari on Friday. Lalong noted that progress is being made and seen on issues raised with the president in 2021. The governor said they were eager to see fighter aircraft go after criminals making life miserable for Nigerians. The military is now going to do full engagement, and we are also getting prepared in the north for such actions. Let it be massive to ensure that within the first quarter of this year, people will have hope of their security and peaceful living in all parts of the north. Lalong added that a conducive atmosphere was needed for farmers to boost food production across states. We want our people to go back to the farm, and in most cases, it is insecurity that is keeping them away from the farms. The chairman promised that governors would continue to work with traditional rulers and vigilantes to secure communities. So it looks as though then their bookies are in favor of that move, which surprises somewhat. So there it is right there. So UK, we see you, and Ajanle Koko, we see you. So to you first, Ajanle Koko. Ajanle Koko, are you there? Okay, we don't appear to have Ajanle Koko. Oh, okay, we do have Ajanle Koko. Yeah. So good to see Ajanle Koko. So quickly to that space then. I say quickly to that space, but the space really that we're going to the PDP, they are now stating categorically that they are zoning the presidency to the north. So this runs contrary to what public opinion is, especially in the south. But then, of course, there are no southern talent within the PDP. So, Atiku on the ticket, what are you making of that? Babangida Aliu gives us that information.
Good morning, one man and UK, and everybody listening to us.
Good morning.
One man, I don't want to believe that statement. My reason for this is that this is a party that just held their national convention. They just elected their officers, including the chairman, who came from the north, though from the north central, Ayocha Ayu. So if they are zoning the presidency to any part of the country now, he has to come.
That's a funny name from the north. By the way, when I first saw that name, I thought it was it's an Igbo sounding name, isn't it?
No, it's middle birth name, Ayocha Ayu. So that statement of zoning formula or whatsoever have to come from the office of the national chairman of the party, and not from just one person that is making a statement to for his own. I don't know. Maybe Atiku is his own favorite. So I don't want to believe in that statement. They have a national party chairman, and that should come from the national party chairman.
But he's an insider, a man in the know.
Well, yeah, but I know that by party political party way of doing things, they don't do things like that. As long as the officers are in place and the position of publicity secretary is there, if the national party chairman is not going to make that announcement, he will give it officially to publicity secretary of the party to make that announcement, and the entire party leadership have to come together to agree on that. So that has not come to play. But from one person to just come and said, this is what we are doing, I'm not believing that. We have to wait.
But if the PDP have any real ambition to wrestle in power of these people, I cannot see how they can look outside of Atiku Abubakar, because they don't have sufficient enough talent within that party outside of Atiku to carry a presidential ticket. It's not Wike, not Tambuwal. These are just non-entity. They cannot take on the space. The only person that can take on APC within the PDP is Atiku. No one else. So if they have the ambition, then they have to park this idea of, zoning or no zoning. You know, what is more important, them getting the power or saying they want to stick with some zoning and then being opposition in perpetuity?
Well, like you said, Atiku is a big power in the party. We cannot undermine his strength in that party. But you know, like I said earlier, the party leadership have to still meet and then agree on where to zone the presidency to, because already the chairman is in the north right now, and there's no way they can. Though the chairman is not central, as they will claim it, but north is north. Whether it is north central, northwest, northeast, so north is north. So if they have to cede it to the north again, it has to be by the agreement of all the leadership, including the leaders from the south. So I want to wait for further information on this. I don't want to go with what this Aliyu Babangida is.
Would you have some sympathy for an Atiku ticket, just giving to give the best possible chance of a PDP victory? Not that you want a PDP victory, but for the PDP to have the very best chance of a victory, would you have some sympathy that that ticket should go to Atiku for them to have the best chance?
Oh yes, Atiku is a qualified candidate, no doubt about that, and he understands the game very well, and he's been pursuing this ambition for a long time. He knows all the intrigues of the game, all the nitty-gritty of it. He knows it. He's been in this game for quite a while, so he knows what to do to clinch that power for them if he's given chance. So I wouldn't mind Atiku because is one of the founding father of that party, and this is an ambition he has been nursing for a long time.
So you are not categorical.
Can I say something?
Yeah, come in UK.
Yeah, me. If it's left for me, none of them. They don't have any.
No. We agreed that, but what is in play now? We don't want any of them, but the reality, you know.
Yeah.
Well, the reality. If we look at if there's any younger person who can come into play, I think that will make a whole lot of sense, because these old men, look at Buhari, people are shouting economy is bad, economy is bad. You see how adamant they are. They don't even care, because he has everything, you know, for himself. So, but I think somebody who is young can reason sometimes. You know, but
unfortunately,
yes,
we don't have.
Can I comment, please?
We don't have young people in
Can
play.
Can I comment, please?
Come in, Ezenwa. Yeah, come in.
What you said, UK is not far-fetched, but the issue is, for my own intake, is that is it the young person who can mobilize support, who have the experience, and who have the resources that can be widely acceptable in all the regions? Forget about sentiment or trying to politicize or bring in regional or ethnic or region sentiment. For me, Atiku has the capacity in terms of influencing more decision across board. When I mean across board, he can widely influence decision both in all the regions, because if you are bringing the young person, is it the young person who would just to be the candidate or the aspirant who will just
can I say something?
Hold on before you say that. So what constitutes young? Put an age cap on young. So what so you first as in one and then you okay. What constitutes young when
Yeah,
you say
some
young?
yes,
So
some are saying
put an age to it.
yeah, some are saying they are saying someone who is not more than 50
Okay.
or who is not
Okay.
more than 50
50
who
and under.
yes,
Okay,
who
so you UK, what's your
Well,
understanding
my
of it?
own cap, anybody that is 40, 45 is good. Then
You
that
think a
45.
40-year-old can be president of Nigeria? Do you think that?
Hold on. Yes, I mean the person can be that, but the only thing the person will
You
do
think
is
so?
that, no, yeah. The only thing the person will do, one man. There's some our older men who have the interest of the country too. I mean, who have been into the game. Then we can do like some background check, because the problem we are having here that we don't do background. Look at Buhari. People we are shouting that he will come
see
and fuel security. No,
UK, sorry for butting in. But what the young people who are more or eminently qualified do not have the capacity to who don't have the capacity to galvanize support
no.
across board. That is the problem.
No. Because, see, when you're talking about capacity, you can still solicit help from the older people. This about ruling is not even about within the party. Sometimes you can go across the party, look for those who make sense, who talk sense. You talk to them. You liaise with them. Everything we are talking about is to make the country good. Everything we're talking about is to provide light for the Nigerian. Is to provide water for the Nigerian. Is to provide good school. Is to provide. If all these things are in place, do you think me and you will be talking all these things?
But you know that these big people, they are power mongers. They will not allow the young people who have
No. I cannot say a 40-year-old president. Ajale Koko, can you say a 40-year-old president?
No, it's
I
not possible.
know we want it, but can you say it?
There's no there's none that we know now. There's none that we know now. Even Showore is more than 40.
Yes.
Mogbalu is more than 40. So none that
I
we know
cannot
now.
say a president under the age of 60 in Nigeria or 65. I cannot say it.
Well, let's see. We can still as far as I'm concerned, what we are talking about, Atiku, I don't really want any one of these guys, but just for the talking point, that's why we are saying all this. So the Atiku of a guy in that party have the capacity, he has all the resources, everything to mobilize across the country and put a very strong competition against APC. We know him, and his name is known across the country. Popularity wins election too, particularly this time.
Can I contribute?
Yeah, say something.
Okay, I'm sorry. I agree the ask. This article of 18, I don't see anything. I don't see what article is going to offer to Nigeria, because maybe article will be more, for me, article doesn't have anything to offer to Nigeria. Even Buhari will be better than article, because if you say because article is well known in Nigeria, that's why you see that Atiku is the best candidate for PDP. I beg differ, because in the sense, why did I say so is that Atiku only have money to spend. That's why you see people are running after him. Those young people that you are seeing that okay, like likes of Omoyele Sowore, Kingsley Moghalu, like this man, this governor of Central Africa Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina. Those people are more quality and more good candidates. But you know the problem that not that they are scared of to be a Nigerian president. But the only thing I see there is that they don't have the money. In Nigeria politics, we all know without money,
Do
you
they
are
have the
you are
popularity?
irrelevant.
Do they have the popularity?
Those guys, you see, there's something you need to understand, one man. In Nigeria, when you have capital, the popularity will come instantly. I'm
Do they
telling you the
have
truth.
the public
What
confidence?
they will have it.
One man.
You know one thing I need to let you know, Omoyele Sowore, he traveled around the north and he told exactly the way people were canvassing to him. But you know what? He don't have money to give to people for 5,000. This is the problem. The only thing now, the ball is our court. We in diaspora. I don't know. This is my only suggestion, I feel.
One man.
If you want, please, UK, please just let me land this point so that you can continue. See, the only why I say the ball is in our court. We, most of Nigeria in living, we that are living in abroad, we are working. If we can contribute, let's assume that we will look for a good candidate. We will contribute. Every Nigeria, maybe you contribute $500.
You want a GoFundMe president?
No. See, you know what?
You know what? Now GoFundMe president.
No. Let me tell you something.
PayPal president. Is this what?
No. One man. Let me land. You see, the problem now. You see that there's one thing. You can't tell me someone like Omoyele Sowore because I love Omoyele Sowore. Really. Let me tell you something. If Atiku, and if I don't like Tinubu, if Atiku should stand today, Tinubu should stand. I will vote for Tinubu than Atiku. I'm telling you the truth. Atiku doesn't see since 2007. Atiku is clamoring for president. This is what happened with Buhari. Buhari is angry with Nigeria because he suffered a lot before he became president. And Atiku will do. You didn't think that all this money that he was using, even last election, Atiku was broke because he spent a lot of money and he didn't win the election. Do you think that when he come to power, he will sell the NEPA? He told you that he will sell everything, and he will sell it, and he have told you. And this is what we need to do. I don't see. There's something we need to understand. We say Fulani no good. Now we want to bring another Fulani. What do we in Nigeria want? We never know what we want. I'm sorry to use that word because we don't know what we want. This is the problem.
I don't understand your objection to Atiku. You are saying he's going to go on a privatization drive, but is that not what we need? As the government proven to be able to run any of the anything, they are not capable of running anything. So why not privatize it? So
That is true. But the money, there's something you need to understand. Not that you want to sell maybe NNPC, sell anything that he feel that is private, maybe when private can be able to manage it. Then when you sell those things, the money that is going to come to Nigeria federal government now, do you think those people will use this money for infrastructure? They can steal it again. This is the problem I'm having.
Why not? Why would they not? Why would they not use it for infrastructure?
They will steal it. What are we not saying? We see Buhari and the rest. They will not say even the things. They will just use them for their proper gain. They will just use their property. They will look at NEPA. They say the people that bought NEPA, they are politicians. These are the problem. They will not sell it, but they will tell you that they sell it, but they will give it to their friends. These are the problem we are having. There is something we need to understand. We need to introduce new generation. Those old people, they are still analog politicians.
Hold on. There are no faces amongst the new generation for anybody to anchor hope on. There are no faces. And if we're talking about Omoyele Sowore and Kingsley Moghalu, then that just goes on to affirm that there is nobody amongst the young generation because all these Mogalus, and it's just really, it's because there are no names that we are mentioning these people. These are people, they are non-entities. They have nothing to offer. Showore has as little to offer as Atiku, even less. He doesn't have anything to offer. Mogalu, he doesn't have, and these people, they don't have anything to offer.
Let
The only
see.
thing we are anchoring on is that there are another generation, but they have nothing to offer. There's nothing to vest hope on in all of. So there's no younger generation coming through, as far as I can see.
I disagree
Just
with
See,
you, one
all
man.
these
I disagree with you. Thank you very much, Emekoko.
clowns like
See, one man, I beg to disagree with you totally from this talk, this your submission, because you know what? Let me tell you something. The generation are ready to take the mantle of leadership in Nigeria, and they will do better than those people.
How do you?
But
No. Hold on. Why are you saying they would do better? What suggests to you
Tell-
that they will, because they are younger? Is that what it is?
no,
What
no, no,
suggests
no,
to
no, no,
you?
no.
What,
You
what
know,
suggests
let me
to
tell
you
you
that?
something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. We are in abroad right now. We see what the abroad people are doing. They don't even give their leadership to whole generation, because you see the world is moving and it's changing.
Right.
And the new generation, let me tell you something. Okay, let me use a simple example for you right now, just from Nigerian music industry. This is different, but I just want to use Nigeria music industry to you. You know, these people, what is this like old Nigeria musician, like Shino Peter and mentioned name of the as Osadebe and the rest.
Right.
They did their best and they did very well. But look at this new generation. They take it to another dimension. Now it's not only Nigeria that plays the music.
No. Hold on. It's not the new generation that took it necessarily to another dimension. It's the talented ones amongst the new generation that took it. It wasn't, it was the talented ones now. But where are the talented younger politicians in Nigeria? Where is the talent?
Wow.
If we're using like names like Showore and Mogalu, that tells you that there's a dearth of talent there, because these are not talented people. The only thing that they are offering is a younger generation. It's not talent. It's just they just want a paradigm shift in age. Showore has nothing to offer.
Wow.
Mogalu has nothing to offer. These people, they have
See,
there's no
see,
talent coming through.
let me tell you something. One man, Omoyole Sowore, have 99.90% something to offer to Nigeria, which is
Like what?
Okay, let me tell you something. You know, even let me use Buhari in 2019 when they were debating in NTA. They even asked Buhari animal husbandry, which is the animal, like this ruga of a thing that they are talking right about. Do you know Buhari don't even understand what the lady was asking him? Omoyole Sowore come. They asking you now. You say you want to generate electricity. How do you going to generate electricity? You know, he broke everything down to them. He said we will not generate electricity for one source. They asked him, okay, how do you want to generate it? He said, yes, Nigeria has 9 trillion cubic of natural gas. This is fact. We all know. He said maybe they will use gas to generate like maybe 9,000 megawatts of electricity. He said, do you know that even the cow shit, they use it to generate electricity? Those things, those people don't know those things.
No. I was waiting for you to stop, but no, everybody knows these things. So those are just off the shelf ideas. These are the things that Fashola talks about all the time. These are the things that the energy space talks about all the time. So it's not as though he's saying anything new. He's just saying he's going to follow that path. So if he's going to demonstrate the political will to do that, then that happens. And if he doesn't, it doesn't. But it's not a new concept. It's not said that there's nothing new in that.
Okay, one man, let me tell you something. You need to understand now.
Yes.
We the new generation.
Mm-hmm.
We still have long distance. But let's assume we still have almost 30 to 40 years to spend on earth. Like people like Buhari, they only have 5 to 10 years to spend on earth. They can even kill Nigeria because they know that in maybe 3 to 5 years they are gone.
Listen,
this is why they are selling Nigeria out.
Hold on, Dan. I am not opposed to a paradigm shift. In fact, I am for a paradigm shift. I'm for a generational shift because I think the younger generation is a different mindset and a different space. And they are educated to the education that is most recent, and their experiences are the experiences that is most current within the world that we live now. So they are the most so they're the most primed in terms of to do what is the very best for the country and take the country the furthest. So the everything indicates that we should have that generational shift just to even break away from the stranglehold of this generation of octogenarians that continue to circle jerk the country, pass it around like a baton. So all of that. So that generational shift, it must happen for all the reasons I've said and a lot more. The only thing is there are no talents coming through in that generation is where the difficulty is. You know, the most talented person of that generation is actually Nnamdi Kanu, and he's not even a politician. So, but there's nobody of talent coming through. And if we are going to be saying Chowore, taka, just this nonsense thing, then that tells you that, you know, there's no talent now. Where is the talent? There's no talent coming through.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, you might say I don't have problem with Nnamdi Kanu. Well, Nnamdi Kanu might be talent, maybe in different way. But
yes,
for me,
but you understand.
Let me tell you something.
So that's an example of talent.
Let me tell you something.
There's no talent.
For me, I give Omoyele Sowore is the best candidate. I'm telling you the truth. Not that I'm campaigning for him. I think Omoyele Sowore is the best candidate Nigeria will ever have. One, if they say okay because he's too arrogant, because I know we need someone like who arrogant.
He's not too arrogant. No, he's too dumb. Is more the question.
No, don't say that, my brother. What are you telling me? See, there's something. One man, let me tell you something. If someone in Nigeria said, let me tell you something. When I was in Nigeria, and when I came to abroad, I see life differently. These are the things. Before, sometimes I always look something in one narrow way. But since I came to abroad, not that maybe I went to school abroad before I understand this. Because the system in abroad, they use it to hard up before we get it right. They use it to punish us. I don't know if you are getting me. Yeah, we need to find different, because, they don't, like, the government in abroad, they don't make this easy for you. They make it hard for you so that you should take another U-turn. So that you should...
Hold on. Chowore is not the only one that has lived abroad. Have you ever heard the phrase, Dan, have you ever heard the phrase that anybody can talk a good game? Do you know anybody can talk a good game? If I tell you about how football should be played now, you would think that I was, Jose Mourinho. But if you put me on a football field, I'll probably just fall over trying to kick a ball. So anybody can talk a good game. So Chowore can talk a good game, but it's just don't forget, we don't have talents coming through. That's just where and that is why we're talking about all these people. If we had the talent coming through, we were talking about them.
But this analogy you just gave to me now about Omoyele Sowore Exactly the same analogy, and me, I'm going to tell you about Atiku too. Atiku was the vice president. What did he do for Nigeria? One, there's nothing. Let me tell you something. There's nothing. Okay, we know Obasanjo was the president. You understand? Vice president don't have so much. He don't have so much to do. Good and fine. There's something we need to understand. They did build Nigeria. We are more than 200 million population. Most Atiku have served Nigeria with vice president. It doesn't really necessary you will serve Nigeria. If you don't be president, you will. If Nigeria did vote you as a president, you didn't serve Nigeria. It doesn't make that way. As you are in this platform, you are serving Nigeria indirectly. Atiku should just know, since he has not a wealth, Nigerian wealth, he should just try to build more company. Look at Dangote. Atiku could do that kind of thing. Great job for Nigeria.
All right. I think you just have a particular dislike for Atiku. That's what's coming through, because you've not said anything that disqualifies him. But you don't like it.
See, let me tell you something. No, not that I don't like him.
Oh, you don't.
If you say we should talk, no. I don't have any grudges against Atiku. It's just that all those bad people that I don't want. We are just cycling these people, the same people.
Okay. Stay where you are. We're recycling the same people, you are saying, and that is true. And do you know why? Because there are no talents coming through. So you can say they hold the space, but if you are sufficient enough of a talent, you will punch through. You will punch
through.
Can
I ask you something?
There are no talented new generation politicians coming through. And that is why we are talking about elements like Chowore and Mogalu. This just random
let
people.
Me come in, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me come in, Dan. One man. Your assertion that we don't have talent, I think you are wrong completely. Chowore is a talent. Mogalu is a talent. And other young ones as well. But the problem we have, and one of the problem as well, is that you don't want to support those young talent, and that is why you are here.
I do. But I don't want to. I just identify the talent. Nnamdi Kanu is a talent. Do you know why Nnamdi Kanu is a talent? Nnamdi Kanu started from a lower base than Chowore, but through the force of his conviction and talent and determination, he punched his way all the way through to the very topmost table of the Nigerian space, just through the sheer bloody-mindedness of will and assertion and confidence. So that's talent. That's talent. You may or may not be his fan or what, but that's a talent right there. Just through the force of being, he forced his way all the way through. So if you had the talent, that Nnamdi Kanu level of talent in politics, he will force his way through, as Nnamdi Kanu did. But we don't have them. We have elements like Chowore Tototo and Mogalu, according to the World Banks, and it's just nonsensical people,
One man, you are still getting it wrong. You are still getting it wrong.
Exactly.
All right.
And where you are getting it wrong is that you are comparing Kanu course.
No, not the course, the personality.
Exactly. Let him finish. Let him finish. He said something.
No, but it's taking me where I wasn't going. I'm saying their personality. I don't believe in Kanu's course now, but his personality. Yeah.
Let me tell you, the cause that Kanu was fighting is different from what Chowore was fighting. Chowore is fighting for a better Nigeria. So Chowore is fighting the power that be in Nigeria. He was trying to participate in politics so it can make life better for Nigerian people. So you see the big weight politician across the country that Showore is fighting against, compared to Kanu that is agitating for Biafran state, and what Biafran state, and the Biafran state is agitating for is an emotional thing.
No, do
So
you
the
know that?
kind
Do
of
you know that? Hold on, Adale Koko. Do you know if Showore or Mogadu or anybody, I don't even want to use Showore because I don't especially count him, but if anybody was as talented as Nnamdi Kanu in the Nigerian political space, it's an easier fight to have than the fight that Nnamdi Kanu is fighting. Because the fight in the political space is for a better Nigeria, and Nnamdi Kanu is for the breakup of Nigeria. So it's easier to fight for a better Nigeria than for the breakup of Nigeria. So if anybody even had like 70% of the talent of Nnamdi Kanu in politics, that fight is a lot more rallying.
No,
I disagree with you too.
It's harder to fight for better Nigeria than to fight for Biafran state or Yoruba nation.
How
it's
so?
easier because fighting for Yoruba nation or fighting for Biafran nation carries emotion, because people
better Nigeria doesn't.
Better Nigeria doesn't. Better Nigeria doesn't.
It doesn't carry
emotion.
No,
that is true. No, it don't carry emotion. That is true.
No, it is not true. Do you know why it is not? You see the same things that
if Kanu has come into politics to
say, okay, it will not even sit
then they will have been on the you will have been a better position to compare them. But they are fighting on
it's different. You see the same things that Nnamdi Kanu called to within the East are the same things that anybody can call to within the greater Nigeria. What Nnamdi Kanu did was to present the East with the things that weigh upon them and affect them and impact on their lives. And he said to them,
that was emotional. This was emotional campaign, campaigning for secession, and you know that has already in the mind of Igbo people already. The Biafran nation is already in their mind.
Right.
They've been fighting for this.
I don't want to necessarily.
You know that you cannot compare Kanu struggle with that of what you cannot. They are two separate things.
But I wasn't even.
It's not greater than Showore. In fact, I will place Showore stronger than him.
I would not. I would not. And I don't know if I would. Showore has never done anything.
He's fighting the power that be in Nigeria. He stayed in Nigeria fighting the struggle and can't run away. What are you talking away? What are you talking about?
Run for his life.
Why did Showore was living in abroad, but he came back and stayed in there to fight with them.
So was Kanu? Kanu was living abroad. Was Kanu not living in London? He was an estate agent in London. Before he came back to fight.
Showore is there. They slam him in jail. He remained there. He continued to fight. He continued the struggle.
Yeah, but they were shooting guns at Kanu. They were shooting guns at Kanu
every week.
They are not shooting guns at Showore. Are they shooting guns at Showore? Are they shooting guns at Showore?
Don't you see them shot gun at him the other day?
No, are they shooting guns at Showore?
Yeah, they shot gun at him.
You didn't see the canister that they shot him the other day?
Look at that. They are shooting guns at Showore.
Yes.
You saw him?
Tear gas, Abi.
What are you
They went to Nnamdi Kanu's house and opened the K-47.
If you dislike Showore, if you dislike Showore, just let us know you dislike him. You don't like him at all for anything. You dislike him. You show it every time that you don't like that guy.
Personally now, I just don't rate him. I don't rate him is the thing. But I don't know him personally to dislike him now.
That guy is in the forefront fighting for the interests of Nigerian people. So for you to condemn him all the time for what he's saying...
He's not fighting for the interests. No, the
Whose
guy is
interest is
just
he fighting for?
See,
Whose
no, he's
interest is
just
he
one man,
fighting for?
no, it's attention seeking. That's just my own.
one man. Let
Let us
me
proceed further, man, because we will
Yeah.
not every
yeah,
No, we
let
will
me
not agree,
just
but you know.
yeah, let me just tell you the difference between Omoyele Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu. This a little bit. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for secession already. Every Igbo person don't already get this thing in mind. Say they no one stay for Nigeria anymore. And Omoyele Sowore, if you just the person you will use as Nnamdi Kanu, you know, example is Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho just come out. It's not over up to 2 weeks. Do you see followers? Follow the people that follow him. They are more than you see. They closed the Ekiti state when they were going to own this thing.
You know something, Dan? I wasn't even necessarily comparing them. What I was comparing is their personality, not their struggle, but their personality, and how that personality has driven what they are after. So Nnamdi Kanu is a bombastic devil may be damned. Throw it all at it, and we will force it by whichever means necessary, sort of a personality. Just the sheer veracity of the force is an entity. But Omoyele Sowore is not really an entity. He just wants to, you know, personally, I describe him as a poser, which I say
Do you know?
but I really
Do you know why?
It just prints and peacocks. It just prints and peacocks.
Do
peacock.
you know why? Do you know why that you look Omoyele Sowore that he don't have so much followers? Because you know why?
No, not followers. He doesn't have personality. This is what I'm saying.
Let me tell you something. Omoyele Sowore is fighting he don't even have tribe. He's fighting every those bad politicians. He fight the non-politician, he fight the South, he fight even Yoruba politician that they don't want Nigeria to grow. This is the problem. Because you know,
one man is
you know what?
Sowore. He said he doesn't
Let me tell you something. Omoyele Sowore is one of the best candidates Nigeria will ever produce. I'm telling you the truth.
Better than
I'm telling you, not be say I really will not that. I mean, you want to make me they talk another one. I think the one way Nigeria will ever produce. I don't tell you the one way you don't die. I didn't tell you the current situation. You are telling me the one. I mean, I know talk say better pass. I know be even someone from Yoruba. Adesina said Buhari is more better than Ivo Awolowo. He said it for China television.
I know, we heard him.
Okay, so
you know, but there it is. I know that Sowore he echoes with that Aluta sentimentality, but Aluta is essentially just a sentimentality and not a practicality.
Forget about that. Everybody has his own style. You are praising Kanu's style. Now you don't want to praise Sowore style. You said because he's using Aluta, so that doesn't chime with you. But let me tell you one man. Just as Dan says, on the ground today, among all the young guys that are championing for presidency, Sowore is the best among them.
That says then that there is no talent. That tells us that there is no talent.
Hold on, there is talent. Is the most organized among them. He put a party structure in place and is campaigning round. The government knew that this guy can turn
if Sowore is the best, then we're in trouble. If it's the best of the next generation, then we're in trouble.
Because you have
trouble than now.
You have criminals in power that does not want democracy to flourish in that country, so they detain him. They knew that if this guy should continue his campaign across the country with the situation of things, yes, people will start listening to him. That's why they detained him, restricted him in Abuja. Look, when you don't allow...
Do you know why he was detained? Do you know why he was detained?
Why? Tell me.
He was calling for civil unrest.
What do you mean by civil unrest? Calling for demonstration is civil unrest? What do you mean, one man?
Revolution.
What do you mean?
What's the meaning of revolution?
If he did that in North Africa, they would
What
shoot
is
him.
the meaning of revolution?
No, what is the meaning of revolution?
We all know what revolution means.
Revolution doesn't mean that.
I don't know, one man. Tell me.
When it's taken to the streets and defacing our public assets.
Defacing where? Which asset?
One man.
He's not
one man. He said revolution. What is the meaning of revolution? You should explain the revolution.
That is what I've just told you now.
Just tell me. You continue to show one man every time that you hate this guy. That you don't like this guy.
I don't know him personally now.
Yeah, but what you are showing, what you are saying consistently.
I don't buy his narrative. Is what I'm
I
saying.
mean, would you even give him any consideration at all?
No, I'll give him consideration
at all.
No. I'll give him.
You want to give Atiku consideration. You want to give Tinubu consideration. You don't want to give this guy any consideration at all.
Let me give him consideration. Then Ajanle Koko, I will give him consideration, and I will give him a lot of plaudits and a lot of applause as an activist, which is what he is, an activist. But it's not a politician. Never mind a presidential candidate.
No, anybody can be politician.
Yeah, look at that.
Let me ask one more question.
Yeah.
Awolowo was a newspaper reporter before he turned politician. What are you talking about?
Let me ask one more, please.
All right.
One man, please. Before this French president, Emmanuel Macron, before he became president, do you know him before?
Well, I'm not French, so I wouldn't know.
So, what I would have said, he didn't people have anything to... What is all this? Even French is more bigger than Nigeria, even currently. Because when they want to measure G7 meeting, French is there, France is there. So now, even this young guy, he just finished school. He didn't even own any public office. He didn't even work yet. They just gave him president. And he did very well in the French press for French. They didn't complain that he was bad. Now, even January now.
He came through one of the major parties. He came through one of the major parties.
No, we are not talking about party now. You are talking about the election.
No.
This is what we are talking about. We are not talking about.
You are citing Macron as an example.
Because you didn't know him, but you are talking about my election.
I don't have to know him. I'm not from France, but Macron is an establishment politician because he came through one of the established political parties in France. That was his route to the presidency. So it's not some revolutionary from the left.
No. Revolution. It doesn't mean that they should fight. It doesn't even mean riot. It's just that they just need to turn around. The government in Nigeria now, they just need to change the government because the government is still.
We need the government to change, but the answers are not. We don't have. Look, we don't have. Let me tell you. Hold on, Dan. What I'm saying essentially is that we don't have a champion. And that is why we're still talking about names like Atiku, Tinubu, Fayemi, etc. We don't have a champion.
Because we never tried. Because we never tried. Because if you try, we will get it.
Yes.
We never tried.
You never want to try one.
No, we
never tried.
Because if a champion comes through, Nnamdi Kanu is a champion. Nobody sat for him. He came through.
Let Nnamdi Kanu come out now, contest for president. If he will get up to 5,000 votes.
No. Nnamdi Kanu is not for the Nigerian space, but I'm saying, you know what I mean.
So what are we not saying?
Somebody of that level of quality, of that level of personality, we don't have that in the political space. So that's why we're still talking about this.
And I told you that you cannot compare the situation of Nnamdi Kanu championing for Biafran state out of Nigeria. The way
I wasn't talking about his campaign or what he wants. I'm talking about his personality.
Let it come and test his personality within Nigeria and see whether it will. Let him come within Nigeria and contest for elections.
Let's leave this one so that we should talk the next one. It should not look like we want to spend all the whole hours on this one debate. Because people
I don't see why.
What of Igbowo personality? Is his personality not a very strong personality in Yoruba land when he was campaigning for Yoruba nation? Did you see the massive support that guy had across Yoruba land before they came and smashed his house and killed people in his house? Look, let me tell you, the drive for Yoruba nation it's a sentiment. It carries a lot of sentiment and a strong weight of sentiment. That one is different from coming to fight for elective office in Nigerian space. It's different. There are two different different issues right there. So Showore, I give kudos to him up to tomorrow. That guy is a
as an activist.
He's an activist and a politician. I give kudos to him.
So it's a looter now. So if you think it's a looter, you say so. Look at that. It's a looter.
Let me tell you something. You see,
he's a brilliant guy.
But today they are giving
kudos. How is he brilliant? Where have you identified brilliance? He's not a brilliant guy.
Yes, a brilliant guy. It's not a person that runs. A person that
you're very liberal with that word. Brilliant.
It's a very brilliant guy. Very smart and brilliant. Very smart and brilliant. Can I tell you how smart? Can I tell you how smart and brilliant he is?
Go on.
He started.
Hold on.
From his bedroom, one from his bedroom with one computer, and he turned it to an international organization.
That's the story it tells you.
Not the story it tells me. This is what we all know. You know too.
That's the story it tells you.
Yeah, you two have just started. Hold on.
McCarthy Foundation. Did he tell you about McCarthy Foundation?
Oh, okay. So if McCarthy Foundation. Hold on. If McCarthy Foundation now come to you to sponsor you, hold on.
This is an Egunje guy now.
Hold on. If McCarthy come, one man, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So if McCarthy Foundation now come to you to sponsor you, you won't take it?
No, only they are laughing for you can sponsor me.
Oh, come on, Baba laughing. So get me pay. Baba sílẹ̀. Baba gbàdúrà rẹ̀. Leave Baba alone. Okay, let's move forward.
That's just the thing. Ajale Koko, you are died in the hole, so guy. So I consider that.
We stand with him till tomorrow.
You know that I don't rate him. Not anything personal. But I don't actually dislike him. I find him somewhat comical and a little bit ridiculous. That guy, I find him ridiculous.
The way you mischaracterize him, I just don't like it. I just feel you just try to. He just try to ridicule his personality. He just try to ridicule his personality all the time, and that is not good. That guy is one of us.
I respect him. I respect him as an
That
activist.
guy is one of us. We shouldn't ridicule ourselves this way. One man, you ridicule this guy a lot using this platform to do. You don't have to be doing this. It's not good.
That is true. That is true.
What do you mean is true? When have I ever ridiculed him? Because I say I don't rate him, it's not a ridicule.
No, many times.
You say it's a poser. It's a yam head. It's this. It's a yam head.
I don't think it's a yam head, but I do think it's a poser. So,
let's move forward, man.
All right. So we have the mighty we have the mighty Ejiro joining us. So when Ejiro comes in, then there's only one way to bring him in. So Ejiro, to you.
They hot.
Eh?
2023 gentleman now 2023 gentleman now. You call your people thief, gentleman now.
So that's Ejiro. So Ejiro, I'm going to put some. I'm going to rejig that, and then I'll use it properly. So well done for that. So that's Ejiro. So let me just move to one final talking point, just for reasons of time. So we've spoken about Atiku. Let's talk about that.
Sorry, one man. Can I say something before you move on, please?
Yeah, come in. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Good morning, one man. Good morning, Janle Koko. I think it's my first time joining the platform.
Okay.
One man. There is you said Shore is not brilliant, like he's not intelligent.
I didn't say it's not intelligent. You know, brilliant. You know, when you're talking about brilliant, you know, to me personally, I'm hearing somebody like Wole Soyinka, that level. I'm hearing somebody like Real One Bismarck, that level.
We don't have
that level.
Of course, we don't have many.
It's a reasonably clever guy, who by dint of hard work has made the success of himself, and that should be applauded. But brilliant is a ritual.
Depend of the way you believe of brilliant people. Maybe we give you the analogy you just brought out right now. Some people are there, they will tell you those are not brilliant. It will give you different version of your own brilliance. This is what you just need to understand.
Mr. Don, just one thing.
No, Wole Soyinka won the Nobel laureate. I think you can call him brilliant, but you know,
one man, please.
Yeah, carry on.
I was going to ask you, was Nnamdi Kanu this popular when he was actually fighting for one Nigeria?
No, he found this niche. He found this niche.
That tells you that what they are fighting for.
But was it this talented? Is the question.
So he just got the talent recently. Is that what you're saying?
No. It's always had the talent, but he has now found his niche.
I just feel it is quite sad that we have come to a point where the only set of people we have the likes of Tinubu, Atiku, you know, just this same set of people. Atiku is
can you name an oncoming generation politician that stands enough for people to invest confidence
because they are not given that space. That is just the simple
thing. Thank you very much.
Okay, hold on, Dan. Who gave Nnamdi Kanu space? Who gave him space?
One man. You and I, we left.
There was no space in the East. They had Ohaneze. No, forget all that. Who gave Nnamdi Kanu space? They had Ohaneze. They had different groups that already covered the entirety of the East. But Nnamdi Kanu came and not only punched through all of those groups, as I read Okubo, every single one of he punched through all of the narratives in the East to sit at the very top of that region. So that's talent, and that found its niche. We don't have that.
This is different. Is different. Let me tell you something.
Hold on. I just
want to answer
from Ghana, Niger, because so that we can hear
one man. The same thing would have happened to Sunday Igboho if he had continued, if he was allowed to continue what he was fighting for, despite the fact that this man is not even as educated as Nnamdi Kanu. Look at the millions that were ready to follow him. Just because
where are you seeing those millions?
Okay, maybe I feel that a lot of people actually were ready to actually follow him. I don't know, maybe millions, maybe thousands.
Where
millions? Don't worry, I will forward the video for you. I will download the time that we were going to Okiti. You will see crowd everywhere, traffic. I will forward the video for you.
Hold on. You must not misconstrue crowd to mean support, because those are two different things. Crowd and support, completely different things. You know,
no. Don't dabaru everything. Why are they out for him? He's trying to dabaru everything. Don't give one man that chance. You see, he's trying to he's trying to play game right there. What's the point of coming out for him when they are not supporting him?
No, but that's the thing. Are they coming out for him? This is the distinction that I'm wanting to make.
Yeah, they came out for him.
No,
they are supporting him.
No, crowd and support.
How do you want to distinguish? Okay, tell me, how do you want to distinguish the two now?
You know,
distinguish the two.
Oh, okay. Let me distinguish the two.
Yeah.
So let's say there is a band playing just down the road from you. You know, and then you're hearing the noise, and then you are walking with your family, and then of course the noise attracts you, and then you spend a few minutes, as did every other family that were just about, and then they spend a few minutes listening to that band. So that band then they have pulled a large crowd, but do they then mean that that crowd are their fans? You know, Mo branch is different from support. You know, so Mo branch. So crowd and support is a different thing. When there's a lot of activity going on, people naturally gravitate to that activity to see what is going on. Not necessarily because in support of that activity, but to see the spectacle of it. And then when
this is not that analogy you are using is different from that campaign that he was carrying. You saw the thousands of crowd moving and following him. So if they don't believe in his
but is that supporters?
Is
that supporters?
Yeah, they support him. They support the movement.
Spectacle now. It's a spectacle, and they
support the movement. That's why they are following him from thousands for several kilometers.
I think you have said it all. One man does not really like. I'm not a big fan of Shorere myself, but I think one man.
You can't tell me who I do. I'm saying that.
Does not really, yeah. So one man doesn't really know how to pretend about people that he doesn't really like. So I think that's what he doesn't pretend about people that he doesn't really like. And you know,
where are you getting all this from?
Anytime he wants to go into those comedies, he actually uses those people, you know, like. Exactly. Anytime one man wants to go into comedy, he picks on those people that, you know, he doesn't really like, and they are the yam heads. They are the, you know, like. So it's very over. So there is no.
I think a bit unfair on me when I'm here to say what I do like or don't like, but you are for reasons of your own politics. You are trying to spin me. You are spinning me.
You make too much of the derogatory statement about him too much, and I don't know why.
No, I'm not derogatory, but I don't especially rate him. I cannot claim that I like him when I don't, but Ejiro, yes. Let's hear from you.
One man, remember I said to you before, hello, one man, how are you doing anyway? How are you doing?
We're good. Yeah, carry on.
Remember, I once said to you long ago in this platform that what do you have against Showore? And you said nothing. Now here we are again. You are trying to slang the guy, to blast him again. You know.
How am I blasting him?
Hold on. Let me land the point. You do this in a very polite way. Cheeky, polite way. That's what you are doing again. You see, one man, you must remember our mumu is too much in that country.
Thank you very much, Ejiro.
The point is that Africa never allowed the right person to rule them. You know, if Awolowo had been allowed to rule Nigeria by now, we will be competing with China. By now, you know, so this man has put his life on the line. He left his family in New York. He has all the comfort that he needed to stay in America.
Exactly.
But he's on ground fighting for you and I. But you are not seeing it that way.
Not fighting for me.
Rather, you are slanging him, bashing him.
Thank you, Ejiro. He has also lost his brother in the whole process.
Yes, his brother is a victim of the situation that they have in Nigeria. Not in the whole process, is a victim of the situation that we have in Nigeria.
So one man, tune down on him, tune down. You have to tune down because I don't like the way that situation. I don't like the way you are bashing my future president.
I'm not bashing him.
Now, God bless you, Ejiro.
Is
Now my president,
either the crocodiles orchestrating you people because
now our president,
you are following Ajale sentiment to try and corner me. You are trying to corner me.
That 32 billion where they say $32 billion where they say annually to Nigeria.
One man.
Now we want to give a
One man, you just concur with us. Go with the people. Look at all of us on this platform. We are pro show. Only
no. These are your fanboys supporting you now.
Just fall in line. Just fall in line, and let's go together.
I want Nigeria to work. That's why I cannot support Showore. Do you know? Just another round of a waste of time. You know?
No, okay. No. Who will make Nigerian work to you? Who do you think
that has not come through? That person has not come through. That's why I'm saying there's no talent. There's no talent.
Then present yourself. Since you think that there's nobody, you present yourself. Let's follow you then. Since you think that you are the best
maker now. No, I'm not.
Then let people that present themselves. Let's follow them. This is what I want you to do for us.
You can't follow them blindly. Why can you follow blindly?
No, this is not blindly. But we see the future that is right with us here. We are just looking for those old cargo. The people that rule. In fact, for me, people that witness independence should not rule Nigeria anymore.
I agree.
Yeah. I think one man actually knows the truth. There is no space for any young man. There is no space for anyone. So if you think that because you are talented and anything, nobody's looking at you because there is no space for you.
That's true. Because you know why? All those old baggages, all those old politicians, they have seen everything. They have the wealth already. How are you going to fight with them? You can't. This is why the people, even the bright brain, they are scared to come out. Because Nigeria, the young generation, we don't have the capital. Okay, you that hope, maybe you have 100 million. And Dele Momodu, when he campaigned in 2011, if you see what he said after the election, Dele Momodu said by himself, he said only one campaign in every state, they say we use 100 million. Only one campaign in every state.
This money,
how are you going to get those kind of money?
These are your boys now.
You are in for it this money. You see, look at all the commentary section. Everybody on the commentary section, all of them are opposed to you this morning.
No, they are all saying I'm right. I am reading it.
They are not saying you are right.
You are right. Woman, you know what they are talking about.
No, they are all against you this morning. So
no, but just to be clear, I want a generational shift in the Nigerian space because we cannot keep recycling all these people. You know that Atiku has been coming since the days of Yadwa. You know. But
let us start somewhere.
We don't have talent coming through.
We have talent. If we start with Showore, you will see that we energize some others to come into the stage. Let's support
we started with Showore now. So where are they? We started with Showore now. Where are they?
Let us support him. If we support Showore, you will see others that we energize others to come into the stage. That is the only way we can do it. But if you don't take the courage to support just one of them, then that means that we are just postponing. We are just postponing our. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to support one so that others can fall in line too. That is the way to do it.
Imagine.
Moghalu is a stronger candidate than Showore, and even he is not anywhere near good enough. There's no talent.
We have talent. It's just weakness of the body that doesn't want us to do right thing. Saying that we don't have talent, we have them. We know them, but these politicians have manipulated us, and they make the situation look as if there is no other talent, no better talent than them. They make it look like they are the only option for us. They are not the only option. We have Showore, we have Moghalu, all these new young ones. Let us support them there and let us put them there. That is how we can get the country back from these criminals that are savaging us every day. We don't do that, then that means we are just killing ourselves. One man.
If you don't give them a chance, how would they show their talent?
Yes.
Okay, one man. Can you imagine?
Was somewhere before somebody brought him out. So that's just the way it works. If you are not given that space, there is no way you can actually get into that. There is no way. You just keep doing your best.
That's it.
One man. Hold on. The space is there. The space is there. It's gaping. Everybody sees the space there. That the country needs a new generation, young champion that is of these times that we live in and that can chart the country's way to the future. That space is there for somebody to come and occupy, to serve as a counterweight to all these geriatrics that continue to pass us round.
So one man, can I ask you a question?
So that space is there, but there is no talent to occupy that space. There is no talent to occupy that space. That space is still there. That space has been there for 20, 30 years. But there's been no talent to occupy that space.
So you think it's because there is no talent? It's not because these people are actually not given the opportunity.
What opportunity? The space is there for them to occupy.
One man, if you come out today, I personally believe that you can actually do something better than all of these people. If you come out today, you'll be surprised that the vote you will get will be less than 2,000.
Well, yeah, there it is.
One man, why are you giving one man 2,000? One man will not get 5 cents. He won't know one man.
You not vote for me, Dan.
I don't vote for you. This one will talk like this. I don't vote for you.
I thought you were my friend. You see now, eh?
So this is what we are saying.
I don't vote for you.
There are no talents. That's just the thing, because the space is there for the talent to occupy. So if that space
one man see, let me say something. Just imagine.
Woman, look at the commentary section. Everybody, all of them are opposed to you. All of them, everybody. See, number one, number two.
One man, just imagine.
Whoever supports you should type 1. Those that oppose you should type 2. Look at how to spread out on the commentaries. Look at it there.
Well, look at that. No, I can only see one. Can you not say look at that?
What do you mean?
Money, you see?
One man, look at it this way. Look at it this way, yeah. Look at it. So the 2023 presidential race. I just want to give you a rundown now, like for PDP now, right? Just early permutation and potential candidate. We have people like Atiku Abubakar. We have people like Aminu Tambowa. We have people like Bukola Saraki. We have people like Peter Obi. You can hear a noise from the background. Is anybody?
I'm not sure. Is that? I thought that. Okay.
We have people like Bala Mohammed.
Yeah.
We have people like Goodluck Jonathan. We have people like Pius Ayin. So all these people that we have here, they are all old cargoes, ballheads. Those are the people who still want to recruit again to come back. All these names are just called for you now.
No, those people, they are not. They are not good enough. They have never been good enough.
I'm talking about PDP now. One man, hold on. Okay, look at the early permutation for APC now, right? We have people like Bola Tinubu, Professor Simbajo, Yaya Bello, that is not fit for purpose. Okorosha is there. Rotimi Amechi is there. Goswe Akpabio is there. Kayode.
No, we get to the point. We get, yeah.
You know, so is funny. But if you look at the third force now, the third force, which is the people like the Showore we are talking about now, is there. Kisley Mogalo is there. Jack Rich.
Who's Jack Rich?
I don't even know this Jack Rich. I saw him there.
You see?
I saw.
So you don't know Jack Rich. So you see, is that not what I'm saying? So let me go off the back. Hold on. Let me go off the back of what you said. You've just listed all that PDP has to offer, and you said it's a total nonsense and a failure. You've listed all that APC has to offer, and you say it's a total nonsense and a failure. And I agree. PDP has nothing to offer in terms of all the people we see in that space. No one there will do anything good for the country. No one in APC will do anything good for the country. So we have that. So with that then leaves a gap for who would do good for the country. So that gap, the person that you see in that gap is a younger, educated, very contemporary sort of a person. So that is where that vacancy is. So that is why I'm saying that vacancy is there. So the vacancy is there.
But I listed the third force now, one man.
No,
I just
but those are nonsense people now. You are even saying you don't know who they are. You are saying you don't know who some of the people
I did say I did. I only mentioned one person, one man listed. Don't put everything in context.
There's no talent. That you've just
among the persons I listed, I said Showore is fit for purpose. Is good enough.
Yes, good enough. Good enough. Or even you find it funny. I mean, Showore is a yam head.
One man, you see what is happening in Nigeria, yeah? You see what is happening in Nigeria. The big problem I have in Nigeria, the law does not rule in Nigeria. Let's be clear.
Right.
It is the will of men that rule. So we need somebody that will come and make justice to that. You understand? The Nigerian constitution handed over by the khaki boys.
No,
military.
We
it's
know
a murder.
We know the change we need. We know the
that
change.
That constitution is a fraud, and you cannot build on the fraud.
Don't take us to all of that.
I will take you there because that is what anybody coming out will turn Nigeria to a construction site.
Forget all
that.
That's
turn Nigeria to a construction site.
Can you just hold
on? The country.
Oh God. Can you hold on, Nigeria? We know all of these things that you're saying, so you don't have to. Don't preach to the converted.
But it seems like you are not, you know it, but it seems like you are running away from it. That's why I'm taking you there.
Let me take you to where the conversation is, because you are preaching to the converted. So you preach to the Philistines, not to the converted. We know all of these things that you're saying, so you're not saying anything new to space.
You know all of this, but you're still calling for yam head.
Can you hold on? Can you hold on? We know all of those things. So where the conversation is now is, what is the solution? So it's the solution space now. And what are the options? And
the solution is Omoyele Showore for president.
Well, that is your solution, but a lot of people they just see him as a yam head, you know. That's not.
Well, who are just a lot of people on this platform today? Everybody opposes you now. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Everybody opposes you. Everybody opposes you. All of us on this platform, all on the commentary section, everybody opposes you. So,
how come everybody is right? Only you are wrong. Answer me. How come all of us are right? Only you are wrong.
Well, that's your subjective view. You may think you are right.
No, answer me now. Angelico just said to you on this platform today. So let's go on popular vote now on this platform today. So how come all of us are right? Only you are wrong?
No, because you are all Ajanle Koko's followers. You know Ajanle Koko likes Showore, so you are lying in sympathy with him because you like the guy.
Not in sympathy. They have their mind now. They are all adults. They can see things by themselves.
You are leading them, though. They are being led by Ajanle. They are all being led by Ajanle Koko. You know he likes him, so because you like Ajanle Koko, you supporting her. So.
One man, you're not gonna get away with this. You're not gonna get away with it. That's not true.
You cannot get away with this. So we trap you today. Look at you, one man.
But seriously, we need alternatives. But a lot of people are saying Omoyele Showore, which I don't agree. But certainly, we need a real person. You know,
we have to start somewhere. That is the person. That is the person we know now. That we don't know because we asked you earlier that who is that your own person that you think you said you don't know. We cannot continue to wait till that kingdom comes.
Let me tell you who that person is. Let me tell you who that person is, and then you tell me if it's Showore. We need it's a commanding presence. Somebody that has a commanding presence.
Who is that person? Mention the name.
No, that's the criteria, though. But Showore have a commanding presence.
Showore have the commanding presence too. It's a very bold guy. He's saying things the way he
commanding presence. Does Showore have a
Kanu does not believe in Nigeria.
But I'm talking about the personality. So
forget about his personality. He doesn't believe in Nigeria. Kanu does not believe in Nigeria. So take him out. It's out of the way. So those that believe in Nigeria, Showore believe in Nigeria, and we can see, we know him as a very strong force.
He doesn't fear anybody. He says things the way it is, and people believe in him. And he's never afraid of security men. He's never afraid of their brutality. He has been brutalized several times. He has been shot. He has been done. He has been molested. His nose was broken. He never stopped going out.
It's an aluta, so that's part of the.
Yeah, somebody must carry something to confront this evil we have. So if he's carried the strength of Aluta and his experience in Aluta to fight this struggle, to say you want to lead this country, what is wrong in that? What is wrong? There's nothing wrong. You must have something. You must have something to propel you from one level to another. And so if it's Aluta, it's a strength for him. So what is wrong in that? One man.
No. Yes. All right. But let me just say this. I do admire Sowore in many ways, but as an activist, not a politician, because that is essentially, and that is not to diminish or disparage, that is where his strength is. As an activist, somebody that sensitizes the space for change. So he's on a sensitization mission. So he has opened up that conversation for the real champion to come through, but that champion is not Sowore because that's not his calling. His calling is an activist.
Are you his God? How do you mean that his calling? That is not his calling.
Just my reading of it. Obviously, I may be wrong, I may be right. That's just my subjective view. But I do want to seek to start to round off here to land on Kano Niger because he's just joining us for the first time. So just to give him the privilege of wearing Ajale Koko's shoes, but just for this one. So we quickly huddle through. We start from Ajale Koko and run all the way through to land on Kano Niger. So just gentlemen, just a few words to reconvene for later. Ajale Koko, first to you.
Yeah, I thank everybody that came on this platform this morning. It's been the discussion has been very energetic. Sowore is our man, and we will stand with him anytime, any day, until tomorrow. We still support him. So you guys on the commentary section, please, if you really believe in Sowore, please just type it out right now that Sowore for president. Sowore for president. Let us tell one man that yes, majority of young Nigerians and people that really believe in transformation of that country really believe in Sowore. Just please do me that favor, type it out, let him see it. Sowore for president. Thank you all. And please thumb up. If you haven't do that yet, please thumb up and let us have the platform to gain more viewership. Share and like, and let us come back later and continue doing the best we can do. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And to you, Ejiro, just as swiftly as Ajale Koko just did now, Ejiro, to you.
One man, thank you again for your input and for all you are doing for this generation through your platform. My closing remarks. Nigerian constitution handed by the khaki boys is fraud. And nobody can build on a fraud, so we must find a new way forward, and this brings me to my popular song, 2023, gentlemen, all day, oh. 2023, gentlemen, all day, oh. You call your people thief, gentlemen, all day, oh. 2023, gentlemen, all day, oh. Goodbye, guys. See you later.
Ejiro, is that your composition or is that an existing song or did you create that? Ejiro?
I think it's gone now.
Oh, I think it's gone. I wanted to know if that was an original creation by him. So well done, Ejiro. So from Ejiro to Dan the man. So to you, Dan.
Well, I really enjoyed the topic, and moreover, I'm so excited today. And I know say you don't like 2 days now. I know feel come online to join, but even when I dey work, I always like me and dey listen to online. So meanwhile, but for me, no more election for president, no election for Nigeria. So this is what I just said there. Omo election must be president and must right away because we need urgent rescue for those old cargo. So we just need to let Omo election collect the power because I know say they no agree because Omo election is one person wey like all those old people they fear because they know say the guy is very good and maybe you know they fear anybody. Not the person wey they want to use anyhow. So I just pray say may Nigeria youth realize say this is the last opportunity we will get. So more try more vote for more election for 2023. That's
Does it not strike you? Do you think it smells funny? There's something about that guy. He looks a bit untidy to me. Do you think it smells funny?
No.
Do you think he has a bath?
Let me tell you something.
It looks. Do you think he has a bath? That guy.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you something.
There's something goofy. Does it smell funny? Does it look like something that would smell funny? Does it?
Have you ever watched? Wait, let me tell you something. I know say you did find what you did like man. Do you know? Let me tell you something where you need to understand. Have you ever watched a more election program? Anyone? Look at your president, Buhari. They're asking, what do you have? Look at the economy of Nigeria. He said they should go back to farm. Look at what your president, you don't even know what they are asking me simple question. You can't even able to, defend yourself. I say, what this man, sometimes when you say Omo election is not fit for purpose, I wonder is Buhari fit for purpose? And it's your president.
Buhari is not fit for purpose, but
so what are we not saying?
Yeah.
No, so Omo election is the best. Let me tell you one man. Do not vote for my election. Me and you go get problem on this platform.
Don't worry.
I'm telling you the truth. Don't be quarrel. I will scatter this your platform on you. I tell you.
Okay, so what for president? Because I don't want to.
Thank you very well.
All right.
Now you talk now. No, thank you.
Thank you, Dan. So for one night and for one night only, the rare privilege of this is essentially a preserve of Ajanle Koko, but he joins us, Kana Niger, so he sees it out for us. So to you then, just round it off in a short summary for us.
No problem. I want to say thank you, one man, for this opportunity to be part of the platform today, and it has really been a good time. I was just going to say that I didn't come here for Omowole Sowore. I didn't come here for him actually, but based on the way the conversation was going, of course everybody knows that Omowole Sowore is smart enough to actually lead Nigeria. So, but I also would like to say before I go that if you have actually not liked the program, please go ahead and do that. If you haven't thumbed up, please go ahead and do that. Thank you so much, one man and the rest of the team, and have a good day.
All right. Thank you. A real privilege to meet you, and hopefully we hear more from you. So a new voice now to conjure with, Kana Niger, another one of Ajanle Koko's fanboys coming here to chant Sowore. He couldn't even pronounce his name. So Oluwole Sowore called him. He doesn't even know who the guy is, and he says he wants him to be president. So this is what we're contending with, a yam head president to replace a cow head president. Which way Nigeria? Certainly not that way. So I'll leave it there. Carry conversation within the comment section, but here, say.